Islam is the General Secretary of Al-Ameen Mission, an organization which is doing pioneering work in the field of education in India. His singular effort has an everlasting impact on thousands of people. His noble efforts find expression in the form of a movement which is now aptly known as Mission Movement. He shaped the movement in the arena of education and founded Al-Ameen Mission. Al-Ameen Group of Institutions has emerged consisting of a trust beside Al-Ameen Mission itself. It has 71 branches with 17,000 resident students in it. At present, there are 26 learning centers for elementary education. Al-Ameen Mission has won many laurels till date. It won the Banga Bhushan Samman, a title instituted by the government of West Bengal in 2015 for the service to the society. He has visited countries like Bangladesh, UAE, Malaysia, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Singapore. Mr. Islam is a social entrepreneur par excellence, and his Gandhar vision will eventually put the debates about Muslim education into a chapter in the history of education in India. Now we request Mr. Nurul Islam, Founder General Secretary, Al-Ameen Mission, to kindly deliver the inaugural address.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Respected guest and distinguished participant of this seminar, good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me. Nowadays, one clear trend which we are witnessing is the whether role of companies in social change. And in response to this, the increasing integration of corporate responsibilities in effect. We are working in community development institution and want an inclusive growth of our society. We are encouraged to see such type of trend. On this occasion, let me give you a brief description of our works. We especially carry out our activities in the education sector, and that too is confined mainly in West Bengal. However, in recent years, we are making our presence felt in some neighboring states as well. Al-Ameen Mission began its journey from a remote village more than 3 decades back. For many reasons, the Muslim community in the state lagged far behind in every walk of life. Historically, partition prompted to large section of the community to migrate to East Pakistan, which is now known as Bangladesh. Many of them became frustrated and disillusioned in the mid-80s of the last century. We felt strongly that education alone could change the whole scenario of backwardness. It can ensure empowerment for the helpless society. So in 1986, Al-Ameen Mission started its journey. Today, we can humbly say that this mission is not just a name of an institution. It is also the name of an education movement, a movement that has created an indelible impact on the community. This movement is now growing rapidly and is spreading across West Bengal and beyond. We are a big family now consisting of 17,000 resident students. Al-Ameen meanwhile has produced 2,400 doctors and 2,500 engineers. The total number of alumni is nearly 20,000. To sustain the mission's activities, we depend mostly on zakat and other public donation fund. It has been used efficiently throughout the journey. We must bear in our mind that the fees of the student are determined as per financial capacities of the family. Thus, one-fourth of the students enjoy 70% to 100% subsidy, which comes from the Zakat fund. The credit is that the mission has shifted the priority of Zakat payers and donors from the traditional madrasas to modern education institutions. Their donations are utilized in much effective and organized manner now. As a result, gradually the Zakat receivers have turned into Zakat givers as well taxpayers of this country. Many alumni of the mission who have become doctors, engineers, academicians, research scholars, officers, and working in various fields in our country and abroad are contributing to the mission as well as other community-based organizations. We know every human being has the potentiality to live better life in this world. Our task is to nurture the hidden talents. If we can nurture it properly, they can turn into human capital. Education is one of the blessings of life and one of its necessities too. Better to say that is the only tool by which one can change its financial as well as social condition. But many children are deprived of from getting it. We have proved that they can become assets. Assets for not only their family, not even for their community, but assets for the whole nation. Community development institutions like ours indeed play an important role in the inclusive development of our country. After more than 3 decades of our journey, we are still struggling to build an effective institution. I think if there is collaboration between corporate, foundation, and community-based institutions, the inclusive development that we are talking about will be greatly benefited. The socio-economic change can only happen if these two sectors join hands together. Thank you once again.